This is a podcast by Lumina, the perfect space to innovate, collaborate, and grow in health, science, and tech.
Bede Blatchford, welcome to Health Tech Talks.
Thanks, Rebecca. Good to be here.
You have a really exciting role at the moment, having been appointed the leasing agent here at Proxima, which is the first private commercial development within Lumina. We're talking today from Lumina, and for those who don't know, Lumina is the Gold Coast's Health and Knowledge Precinct, Asia Pacific's emerging health and innovation hub. Let's start by talking about Proxima. We've said it's a private commercial development, but what's the purpose of the facility?
Sure. So the purpose of Proxima is to be a centre of excellence in paediatric care. The main pre-commitment for Proxima came from Sanctuary Early Learning Adventure, which is a turn-to-replace childcare, but with 25% of that allocation to help and support children with special needs. And there's going to be a collaboration with Griffith University paediatric researchers too. So definitely starting that paediatric theme, but obviously off that too, supporting allied health and commercial users.
That's fantastic. So I guess then as well, staff at Proxima can use the childcare centre for their own children.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Fantastic location to be able to drop your children downstairs or wherever it might be and go upstairs to work. How convenient.
Absolutely, and also for the precinct too. I think, with the industry that's here and that it's a great amenity to have.
So Bede, where will it be located within Lumina, and what can you tell us about the actual design?
Proxima will be located fairly centrally within the Lumina precinct. It will be in walking distance to amenities and Village Park. The building's being designed by Coddy Parker. It's an 8-level building with incorporating all the modern day convenience and amenities and sustainability features. What's available as both part or full floor tenancies, so okay. It will be handed over in what we say is a sort of a warm shell. So it's a big open floor plate. So the average floor plate's about 1,400 square metres. With a core that will have services, but depending, so if an occupier comes along with a specific size requirement, we can subdivide that off and then hand it over. So there's a lot of flexibility. I think the benefit of engaging now is that we can work in partnership with the developer to configure a space that is bespoke for the occupier.
And it's quite a colourful space here, Lumina. Will the building be in keeping with that, do you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at the design and renders, it's a very forward-thinking modern design. Look, I think once it's complete, it'll be an exciting product to see, and I think it'll be a really unique building.
Yeah, so it won't be far from Woolworths, will it?
No, that's right. Yeah, very close by, walking distance. So.
And Bede, where are things at with construction, and when do you think we'll see the doors open at Proxima?
The site's been under construction most of this year, so work started last year on site, and obviously a lot of excavating and digging down for the basement levels. So as of today, the basement levels have been poured up to ground level. As you'll see now, there's a crane up on site and a lot of activity happening. So look, we're on track for about August 2023 completions when doors will be open and occupiers can come into the building. Will
it have a car park?
Yeah, 2 levels of basement car parking.
And what kind of tenants are you looking for?
So look, I think it's to build off that paediatric theme through the buildings. So the major commitments to date have been Sanctuary Early Learning Adventure, Griffith University, Gold Coast Health, but also complementary allied health users and supporting commercial users. Recently committed as Mater Pathology and Cancer Imaging and Therapy Centre. So
with Griffith University, what section of the university will be tenanting Proxima?
So I believe it's their paediatric research unit, so there'll be a lot of collaboration between Sanctuary and Griffiths on research of paediatric care.
So what about Proxima's unique selling proposition? What is that?
For sure. Well, look, I think it's location of being it's the first commercial private development coming out of Lumina and being located in the Health and Knowledge Precinct, which is really a world-class master plan precinct. So I think for those users that want to collaborate and have that synergy of working together, not only in the building, but also the precinct partners with Gold Coast Private Hospital, Gold Coast University Hospital, I think that it's a really unique proposition.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? And why should specialists in paediatrics and child allied health services choose Proxima?
Look, I think you'll be co-locating with leaders in the field, and I imagine there'd be a lot of benefit with that, and sharing ideas, research, and to become really a statement place or a one-stop shop, so to speak, for paediatric care.
You're listening to Health Tech Talks, a podcast series delivered by Lumina. To find out more about Lumina, visit the website luminagoldcoast.com.au and sign up today to receive your Lumina Opportunities Pack. It's a fantastic space here at Lumina within the Gold Coast Health and Knowledge Precinct. So much has changed over the past few years. What makes this precinct different, do you think?
Look, as I said before, I mean, Lumina being a master plan precinct of health and knowledge, I don't think we've sort of seen anything like it. There's a lot of other, obviously, commercial precincts, but to have an actual dedicated use and drive of health and knowledge, and for every sort of building to have a theme of specialising in an area, I think that makes it a really standout proposition and to really attract best in the industry to collaborate and co-locate within a precinct.
What level of interest or demand are you seeing for health and medical office space on the Gold Coast in general?
Gold Coast is experiencing fantastic demand over the past 18 months. I think we've heard the story, and maybe a bit more in the commercial space, of decentralisation. Occupiers coming out of CBD markets, going into metro and regional areas, which Gold Coast is one of. Many reasons for that. A lot is, I think that staff and employee wellbeing now, everyone, is putting lifestyle ahead, and I think by coming out of a CBD and into a regional metro area where you don't have to commute, you've got access to greater amenity. I think a lot of employers are now, recognising that, and to attract and retain, the right staff, they're having to listen to that. So therefore, whether it's locating an office or setting up a satellite office in a new market, so that has driven a lot of strong demand. I think for the Gold Coast, we've heard the story about, with COVID, a lot of people leaving Melbourne, leaving Sydney, coming up here, living here, bringing their businesses eventually. But off that too, obviously essential services like medical, education, that's all required as well. So to summarise, we've seen a big increase in demand from the past 12 months for medical and office space.
We talked about the Health and Knowledge Precinct being Asia Pacific's emerging health and innovation hub. Mm-hmm. What does that mean for the Gold Coast?
I think it's going to add to our diversified and growing economy. Being that education and health are big contributors to our local economy, I think having a dedicated precinct that's really, again, designed to attract the best of the best, it's only just going to help grow and attract, not only national but potentially international occupiers, and really start to build an exciting precinct. And that's just going to create more employment opportunities. It's going to bring more business to the coast, and it's just going to really help, diversify and continue growing our economy. So
Bede, as we said, you're the Director of Colliers Leasing. How long have you been in the industry?
Sure, so I've been in the industry over 8 years.
And what is it about it that attracted you?
Look, I really enjoy working with people and property, and I think to be able to understand requirements and find a solution, and that lateral thinking of, outside of the box, and then also working with developers and landlords to sort of configure the right space. It's a great thrill, and then obviously being able to, assist a business achieve their business goals through property, which is an important part of any business. It's a really rewarding thing to do.
And so why choose commercial over residential for you?
Look, I've always been fascinated in big buildings and developments and business in general. So yeah, I think when everyone thinks real estate, it's always residential, but, commercial is just such a fantastic industry to be in, and to work with business leaders and understand how a lot of businesses work and how property sort of plays, as such a vital role in any organisation. And
you've been doing this since you were 17, so you've got a lot of experience behind you. What's next for you?
I really enjoy property and partnering with clients, and, really from the point of maybe a concept through to the leasing procurement, through to the development and then completion. It's a really exciting and rewarding, journey to be on, and obviously, to really see a vision and scheme come to life.
It'll be great for you being involved with Proxima. You're seeing it from literally the ground up.
100%. Well, you see it, all start with a plan, and then to be, standing there one day and the building's out of the ground. It's an awesome process to be part of.
So, Bede, I imagine work keeps you very busy, and you're going to have a very busy 12 to 18 months. What do you do outside of work to switch off?
Look, I've actually been doing my pilot's licence outside of work. I mean, yes, you're right. Work takes a lot of my time, but I enjoy it. But aviation's been a big passion of mine since I was a young kid, and thought, right, it's finally the time to go and do it. So about over 20 flying hours in, and hopefully doing my first solo flight this weekend.
That's amazing. Where do you fly out from?
So there's a small airfield on the northern side of Gold Coast called Hickfield. So it's uncontrolled airspace, but yeah, it's where you sort of go do your training and that. But it's a fantastic feeling getting up in the air and flying.
Oh, good luck with that. That's awesome.
No, thank you.
And finally, Bede, where can people go and who can people contact if they're interested in finding out more about leasing at Proxima?
Yeah, sure. So there's a dedicated Proxima website, which is proximagc.com.au, which is all the information on the project and an inquiry section, which is where we can get in contact and get the information across.
Excellent. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. I'm sure Proxima is going to keep you busy over the next 12, 18 months.
Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks for having us.
To learn more about Lumina and how we work with health tech startups, visit luminagoldcoast.com.au and don't forget to sign up to receive your Lumina Opportunities Pack today.